What's good, everybody? My name is CarlettaElston, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I went from Christianity to spirituality. And first off, shout out to I Am Conjure Queen. She has been a very big inspiration on my spiritual journey, and she inspired this idea of a video. So if you're not familiar with her, definitely go check her out. So if you've been following me, one of my first videos on my spiritual journey was the power in your name. And I talk a little bit about, my Christian background and how I grew up in church, and I was very active and did a lot of different things in church and so on and so forth. But as I got older, I started to question a lot of different things, certain things just wasn't enough for me. Okay, and my heart just wasn't in it anymore. And, when it comes to anything, you should never do anything your heart isn't into anymore. So I began to separate myself from church. And I started to venture off and just do my own thing. I got into a very toxic relationship, and that kind of sparked my spiritual journey, to be quite honest. I already was kind of in a place where I was questioning the meaning of life in general. Like, what is the purpose of all this? Like, why am I here? Like, I always knew that my life had a bigger meaning. I always knew that my life had a purpose, but I just wasn't happy and I just wasn't feeling it, And I started to just focus on myself. I started to change up my diet after I got out of this toxic relationship, of course. I started to change up my diet, go to the gym, eat more healthy, and dig more into who I am. I went back to the basics, the numerology, the life path number, the astrology, the zodiac signs. I started digging into that. And then eventually I started watching YouTube videos on being a chosen one, on, star seeds and indigos and crystals and rainbows and all of these different special individuals that are not necessarily from here, but were put here. And I started to resonate with this stuff. So I started to dig a little bit deeper and deeper into it. And eventually I gravitated towards I Am Conjure Queen. And a few people in my family had passed on, and I wanted to stay in contact with them. I just was like, now my foundation is not the same anymore. As you grow up and your grandparents are in your life, those are very prevalent people. You're with them all the time. You get to learn a lot from them. They pretty much guide you. And, I wanted to stay in sorry, I'm getting emotional. So I wanted to make sure that I stayed in contact with them. And I learned more about the ancestor altar. So, from Conjure Queen. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to set up an altar in my home, And I got me a table, and I put it up, and I set everything up. And I'm not going to lie, I was very nervous. I'm like, okay, spirits, I've never done this before. When you first start off doing anything, it's gonna be a little scary for you if you've never done it before. So I had these thoughts in my mind. I was kind of a little bit anxious or worried because I didn't know what to expect, or I didn't know what was gonna come of it. But after I did that, I believe I went to sleep one day, and I woke up and I saw 555 on my clock. And I said, oh, wow, 555. What does this mean? So I looked it up on my phone, and it says change 555 is the number of change. It's big changes coming into your life. It's a new path, a new direction, and a new shift. So I started to look deeper into angel numbers and things like that. And then that's when, as I went out places, I started to see them more. I started to see 555. I saw 555 that same day again as I was driving somewhere. And it's just like the universe started speaking to me. And I just started to go where my heart was leading me, go where my intuition was guiding me to go. I went to metaphysical shops and I started gathering crystals, you know. I got a whole bag full right here. And, you know, I got everything that I gravitated towards, the things that I knew that would make me stronger and, you know, help my energy, help me to tune more into myself. And as far as the altar goes, you know, I made sure that I kept up a ancestor routine. I got ancestor money. I started giving offerings on a more regular basis. You know, I had my own practices to it, and I just kind of went with the flow of it. And then that's when I gravitated towards tarot cards, and I had to, you know, make sure I knew what I was doing and learn more about myself, you know, parts of myself that I needed to heal, parts of myself I know I needed to improve and work on. And the tarot cards is a big factor in healing as well, because they let you know it's you speaking to your higher self with your spirit guides. And finding out information. And when you do that, you know, you get honest feedback, you know, and that's what you need. You know, sometimes you're not going to get what you need from another individual. You have to get it from yourself. You have to go to source. You have to meditate. You have to go within. And the tarot cards is another form to me of going within, because they will keep it real with you. They will be honest with you. And let you know what's lacking, let you know where you're slacking. So after that, you know, I began to start working with deities. And my journey is still continuing now, you know. It's still the beginning. I'm only about, I pretty much started in January. So it's been about, I say 7 months, but I say about 5 months seriously where I was really working with my ancestor altar and everything like that. So, yeah, that's been pretty much my spiritual journey. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about just spirituality in general, you know, a lot more about the deities and a lot more about tarot, a lot more about my attributes, you know, and the things that I was actually put here to do, you know, a lot more about my purpose. And I think that a lot of those things begin to unfold in spirituality, because as I said, the universe will speak to you. Your spirit guides and your angels will speak to you. You will have dreams, and your consciousness will start to expand, and you will start to see the world in a new way. You'll begin to see yourself in a new light, you know. And it's a gradual path. It's a gradual journey, you know. It's healing. It's building yourself back up. And that's what's so beautiful about spirituality, because where you start off is not where you will end up. And like I said, I'm still going on this path. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to fear. It's not demonic. It's what you make of it. You got to put the dedication in. You got to be disciplined. You got to allow yourself to trust in yourself and in the unknown and in the universe. And that's where the power lies, and that's where the magic lies, and that's where the magic unfolds, when you begin to trust in yourself and really dive deeper. So I hope that this video was helpful to somebody, or gave somebody some clarity, or resonated with somebody today. If in fact it did, you're more than welcome to leave a comment in the comment section. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous making this video because this is very personal to me. But I have shared a lot of myself, or different parts of myself on my spiritual journey, on my YouTube channel. So if you want to check out more of my videos on here and get a little bit more information, you're more than welcome to do that too. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate your time, and peace out until next time.